after that, we left for a town called San Joaquin. And the road up there is awesome. It goes from high desert, where you've got just open desert with cactuses, up through cactus forests, and you end up going through pine trees and pine forests.
Yeah, and San Joaquin is actually one of the few places that maintains a temperature throughout the year and also gets snow occasionally. Not very often, but out of all the places in Mexico, they get snow, and not very many places do. The climate up there is very nice. It is pretty high in elevation, but I will say the people are extremely friendly. They're there to help you. Never felt in danger at any point. And actually, when we went there, they were getting ready to have a big dance competition, so the whole town was decorated, and everybody was really excited for the upcoming event.
Yeah, so we got into town, and about 50 miles on our way in, my chain was getting loose. I could hear it slapping really bad. Every shift it was getting really bad. And I know they're supposed to be fairly loose, and I probably over tightened it when we did tighten it, but it was so loose that I was afraid I was going to start slipping sprockets in the chain. And so when we got into town, we just went for a walk to go find some dinner, and that's when we came across this ATV rental company.
Yeah.
And there's a guy, Angel, that works there who totally hooked us up. He helped fix my bike. He said, why don't you guys go get some dinner and come back and bring your bike and we'll fix it up. And probably about, after I dropped the bike off and we came back, they had drinks out, and more people were coming out, and it was everybody's family that was part of that business had come out, and we had a really good time hanging out with them.
Not only did they give us the tools, they helped Ian adjust his chain, and like he said, their families came out and their friends, and after we got the chain adjusted and said thank you and tried to offer them money, and instead of accepting the money from us, they invited us to come spend the afternoon with them, trying some of their homemade liquor. That was
like apple
liqueur, and it's apparently in that area. It's what they make. It's very sweet, and it tastes really good. And so yeah, they had us over to their house, and we drank some apple liqueur, and one thing led to another, and we were dancing and having just a great time with their families.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome to meet those people.
Yeah.
Hoping that we get to meet them next time we go through there. So
Yeah.
We'll definitely be back for that.
We exchanged information, and we'll definitely be talking to them again the next time we're through San Joaquin.
For sure. And we also met a really cool guy. His name's Eric. His family, his mom and him own a restaurant, and he showed us how they make their micheladas, and awesome breakfast, awesome dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go back there 100% every time. Good people.
And their restaurant is right on top of the hill that overlooks the valley where the town is. So the view is magnificent from where you're eating your meal.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool place. The hotel we stayed at, Don Lupe?
Yeah.
Donna Lupe? Something like that.
Yeah, Don something.
We'll put it in the description, but place was awesome. It felt really rustic with columns that were going through the middle of the room that were made out of a tree. It had nice beds, and the staff was excellent.
They had a big iron gate that shut at night, and we were able to roll our bikes all the way into the hotel. And so we didn't have to worry about theft or anything. And I mean, we just left everything on our bikes. There wasn't a care at all. And we came back in the morning, they were sitting exactly where they were before. And and again, that hotel was on the hillside. You could see the entire town. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we ended up walking down through the town. We went to the Mercado, and we ended up picking up a few trinkets, some souvenirs to take home. And then we got breakfast, and we left town. And as we were leaving, Sam's grandpa, Bill, he went the right way, and we didn't see him go, so we went the opposite way.
Yeah, we actually went down a one-way street the wrong way.
Wrong way, yeah.
And had the police or the traffic coordinator blowing her whistle at us, and we didn't know what was going on, and nobody got hurt, but we were definitely doing it wrong.
It's a little bit of confusion, but the good thing is they were super friendly, even though we didn't know what we were doing. We're complete foreigners in that area, and we don't speak the language very well. And she kind of just rolled her eyes and just said, go on. And I think here in the U.S., I would have gotten that ticket for sure. It would have been a big deal.
Yeah, we would have at least gotten a strict talking to here in the U.S.
So after that, we went to a town called Pinal de Amoles.
Wow, yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, so after that, we went to a town called Pinal de Amoles. I'm probably saying this stuff wrong. I'm very, my Spanish is not good. So we're trying our best here, but yeah, Pinal de Amoles, we went there and we ended up doing some riding around. We went past the town and we came back. If you drive into that town, just know that in 10 seconds you will be out of that town on the road.
Yes.
It's very, very small town. And we pulled over. I didn't know where to go for food. We were hungry. We didn't have hotel plans. We didn't have dinner plans. But we showed up to the town, and I pulled out my phone, and Google told me of a few restaurants, and we narrowed it down, and we went to somehow we got the best place in town. I mean, we couldn't have picked a better place because of the people that work there are so friendly and so nice. They went out of their way a few times to help us out. They overheard us eating and talking about we don't have a hotel, and they suggested their friend's cabin or
yeah, it was a large cabin that could accommodate a large group of people that was actually closed. And like Ian was saying, the women that ran this establishment were so friendly and just gave you that warm feeling of like a mother or a grandmother, that they're just going to take care of you, not to worry about it. They'll take care of everything. And we're just a couple of strangers that were coming in to buy lunch from them, and they just overheard us talking. And next thing we know, they're calling up their friend, and next thing we know, here he is. He walks in, and he says, well, whenever you're done eating, just follow me, and I'll take you to a nice place to stay. And so we're kind of like, well, here we go. Here's another adventure. We're going to follow this guy. Maybe it'll turn out good. Maybe it won't. You know, we're ready to tear off at any time and get out of there. But, you know, come to find out, we go down this long, bumpy, rocky road, and this beautiful cabin with a property that overlooks a large canyon and a valley with there was cows grazing, and the accommodations there were like a 5-star hotel, but it was private. It technically was closed, but they knew we needed a place to stay, and he said, screw it, yeah, come on over, rent a room from me, we'll make it work. And
I think the only thing that was closed is I think probably by now he has a restaurant in the place. And
yeah, he was in the process of building his restaurant.
But even though he didn't have a restaurant built, he didn't have any equipment or anything, in the morning he got up and made sure that everybody had fresh coffee and was good to go. So extremely accommodating, didn't have to help us, but it was a friend of a friend, and it just worked out. Yeah.